Okay, there. Hi. Okay. I wanted to do a video, but I only got 2 questions. Looking at you guys. Anyway, so for some reason, somebody asked me how I am today, and currently I haven't slept, so I'm a little bit hyper, which is probably not a good thing, but oh well. And I'm really, really happy right now, okay? Just really happy. I don't know why, I just am. Probably to do with the hyper thing, but still. And, I don't know. I'm not tired, though, so, Anyway, the next one was, what are my top 5 favorite movies? Those were pretty easy to answer, actually. How to Train Your Dragon. There's a reason for that, actually. What year was it? I think it was 2010 when it came out. And I went and saw it with my dad as soon as I realized that it was in theater. And then I went and saw it again with my ex because it was such a good movie. And I don't know, I just kind of really liked it a lot. And it's probably because because at the time I was still in high school, so to see a character like Hiccup dealing with the pressure to fit in kind of really got to me. And it made me realize that I shouldn't try so hard to be something that I'm not, because I'm not going to be that. I'm not going to be, and I never will be. And people would just have to deal with that, because whether or not they liked it, that's who I was. And, Rise of the Guardians. It only came out last year, but for like the whole year before that, I was so excited because I've always loved the stories of Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy. They've always really, like, struck me as interesting. I love fantasy things and anything mythological, and just knowing that they were going to make a movie that didn't even seem that, like, the rest of them, like, all the other Santa or Christmas movies, whatever, aren't that awesome, really, except for the Santa Claus movies with Tim Allen. Those are hilarious. You should watch them. Aside from that, though, when I found out that Jack Frost was going to be in it, I was a little bit confused for a bit because I couldn't remember who the heck Jack Frost was for a bit, and then after a while it clicked, because when I was like 5 or 6, I watched that movie with the guy who was turned into a snowman, and his name was Jack Frost, and that's kind of why I got confused, because there was all that. But I've always loved winter and everything, and when I realized that, it just kind of really stuck with me. So I really wanted to see it, and when I finally saw it, it was literally one of the best movies I had seen in a long time. And I think DreamWorks really did a great job, and they pretty much blew me away with the sand. The animation that DreamWorks does is amazing, and I can't wait to see How to Train Your Dragon 2 and whatever other movies they come out with, because DreamWorks will always be one of my favorite movie companies, I guess. Anyway, moving on. Number 3, Epic. It only came out like a couple months ago, I think it was. I can't really remember right now the exact date, but it was a while ago. And after seeing Rise of the Guardians, I was really interested in William Joyce's books. Okay, I've never read any of them, but I really want to. So after seeing Rise of the Guardians, I really wanted to see Epic because he did such a good job with the Guardians that I wanted to see how well he would do with that. And just the whole idea was so interesting to me because I've always had such a big imagination, and I've always, like I said, fantasy stuff like that. So when it came out, I went to see it with my dad, I think it was again, and it was just amazing. Again, the animation, all that was perfect. I don't think they could have done any better with the movie at all. And number 4, War of the Worlds, with Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning. One of my favorite movies of all time. Seriously. In grade 6, I think I was living in a very small town in Newfoundland, and one of my neighbors, who was my mom's boyfriend's cousin's daughter or something, she was related to him anyway. She lived down the street, and I was friends with her after a couple weeks of living there with no friends. And she convinced me to join this little group or whatever with her and her friends that was run by someone in town that they all knew. So it's like, why the hell not? And one day he decided to let us watch a movie at his house, and it was War of the Worlds. And when I saw it, I just it was so good. I just loved it, and Tom Cruise is one of my favorite actors anyway, so seeing that just made me love him more because the acting, the special effects, considering how long ago it was, not to mention basically everything else, the whole idea behind it. I never saw the old one though. The older War of the Worlds, don't really know if they still sell it, but whatever. And number 5, Unstoppable, with Chris Pine and Denzel Washington, I think it is. Chris Pine, after seeing him in, what was it? I don't know. I saw him in one movie, and I just kind of, yes, I want to touch his face. Anyway, and when I saw that Unstoppable was coming out, I was like, okay, that looks like a pretty awesome movie. And it was. And just the action, the effects, well, not really. I don't know if there was much effects, but it was still really good. And definitely the acting, the whole story behind it, though, was pretty good. And I guess that's it. For that, anyway. I know some people have asked me a few times how I got into Homestuck. Bit off topic, but still. And I tried to remember exactly how it happened, but I kind of can't really recall it that well. But I do know. And basically what happened was I was on DeviantArt. You all should know what that is. I know Tumblr's made fun of them well enough. And I had joined this poetry group after being there for maybe a couple months or something. And someone submitted a script that she wrote for her drama class. So I gave it a read and I liked it. So I decided to check out her account and see what else she had. And I found a Black Veil Brides fanfiction, which was really good. So I got in, I listened to them because I had no idea who they were, and I literally fell in love with their music. So there was that. And then a couple months later, I think it was, she posted Danny Phantom art, well, style art of a poster or something she was working on, but it was in the Danny Phantom art style. So, and that name just stuck with me. I couldn't remember where I saw it, but I know, like, at the time I knew that there that ah that Danny Phantom was familiar to me. I couldn't remember exactly what it was, so I went and searched it on DeviantArt, and as soon as I saw a few of the art things, it instantly came back to me. And so I got back into it. I was watching that for like a couple months, and then one of the artists I followed, they had South Park fan art in their gallery, and I ignored it for a while. But every so often, I would go back to their page and just look through it, and it just looked so good. And I never liked South Park very much. My brother's friend used to watch it all the time, and I was friends with his little sister, so I'd always be over there, and he'd be watching it, and I just never really saw the appeal to it. So after seeing that fan art, I decided to give it a watch. Why the heck not, right? So then I ended up watching all 15 seasons in 2 weeks, and then after a while, I don't remember how exactly I got onto Tumblr, but after a while, I figured, why the heck not go check out and see what's on Tumblr for South Park. And I found a few roleplay blogs. And then I decided that why the hell not? So I made a Kenny McCormick blog and started roleplaying. And that's where I met Rosie. I'm sure you all know her. I've talked about her enough. And after a while, she mentioned Homestuck to me. And a couple other people did too. And so I gave it a try. And after maybe 100 or 200 pages, I gave up because it was a bit boring and I didn't really see the appeal to it. I couldn't understand what was going on, and it didn't really seem that interesting. So I gave up. And then I still in the South Park roleplay group thing on Tumblr. And I think after a while I stopped with that. I think I just completely stopped and just deleted all my blogs because I didn't see a point in keeping them if I wasn't gonna do anything on them. And I got back into Danny Phantom, watching it and doing other things because I didn't want to do anything with South Park. I just didn't really find it that interesting at the time anymore. And I think I was doing something one night, and I was bored. And I had been talking to a few people, and I decided to got into the How to Train Your Dragon, Rise of the Guardians, all that fandom, and then I made a Hiccup account, roleplay account, and that's where I met Riss, who's now one of my best friends. I love her so much. And it's also where I met CJ. Anyway, after meeting those people, I started following more Rise of the Guardians blogs and How to Train Your Dragon and all that roleplay blogs on my personal, and some of them were posting Homestuck. So I got bored, like I said, and decided to give it a chance. Like, why the heck not? So many people like it, so it has to be interesting, right? So I did, and it was boring. A lot boring. But I still kept reading. I was confused as hell for a long time, but I got through Act 1, and then I just wanted to keep seeing what was happening, so I read through Act 2, and then Act 3, and then Act 4, and then once I reached the trolls, I knew I was hooked. Because I don't know. Before that, I had shipped John and Carcat, just from seeing all the fan art and everything on my dashboard. And as soon as I reached the part with Carcat, I knew there was no turning back because I love him a lot, and just I don't know. I guess that's it. The rest is history. Yeah, so that's how I got into Homestuck. And Danny Phantom, and basically a lot of other things. Now I have a lot of new friends, and I've met a lot of people, and I have an amazing girlfriend. Oh god, I'm blushing. Okay, anyway. What now? Lately, I've been watching Shane Dawson. Lately, meaning the past like 2 or 3 days. So I've been subscribed to him and watched his videos before. Lately, I just want to watch them because something to do, I guess. And, it's just kind of really making me want to be a YouTuber. It's been that way for a long time with Tobuscus and Chimney Swift and Captain Sparkles and, fuck. A lot of other people. I watch so many YouTubers all the time, and just seeing the way they make so many freaking people happy makes me want to be able to do something like that. And I don't really know how, because I don't know why people would want to listen to me talk all the time, or if they'd actually pay attention to me at all. But I guess that's why you gotta try. I'm always trying to encourage people to do what they want to do, and yet I'm not taking my own advice. And then, anyway, I spend way too much time role-playing on Tumblr. I gotta stop doing that so much. Get a job and do things. Okay, I don't know if I should bother making vlogs every day to try and be like them, because I doubt anybody would want to listen to me all the time. And currently, I'm unable to play games like I want to. I want to play Minecraft. I would really like to maybe play Happy Wheels. I've tried playing Amnesia before, and no, thank you. I'm not good with horror games at all. And, pretty much anything else that I'd find interesting, I'd like to try. But currently, I'd only want to do Minecraft, but a lot of people do it, and I don't think anybody would want to watch me do it, because all I really do is go on creative and fool around with shit. I don't really play survival very often, because I'm a butt, and I don't like playing on anything but peaceful, because I'm entirely too afraid of fighting the monsters. Alone, anyway. I don't know, I hate being scared. But yeah, and I doubt anybody would want to listen to me talk forever and ever and ever like I'm doing right now. But I'm bored and I don't know what else to do. I also want to do a podcast, by the way. I've been meaning to get to that, but every time I keep going to do it, I don't know how to start it, I don't know what to call it, I don't know why I'm even bothering, but anyway. I just don't know how I'd start. Yeah, sorry. I just don't know. And, well, I'd love to be able to make people happy, I just don't think I can right now. Mostly because I don't have the equipment. I don't have the money to buy the equipment. I don't have the time. Well, yes, I have the time. I have way too much time on my hands right now. I don't do anything other than Tumblr. Literally. Unless I'm at my mom's and she makes me do things, which isn't very often. And I'm basically alone from 6 o'clock in the morning till 7 at night. So I have basically 12 hours of doing nothing by myself, where I can do whatever I want. I can live stream. Well, I could live stream. I can tiny chat. I could play games. I could do anything basically. But I just don't because I don't really have the equipment, like I said, the money to get the stuff, and I don't really know if I'd ever get an audience for doing this stuff, which I'd really like to. But I guess there's that's why you try. But anyway, um, I guess that's goodbye for now, guys. And if you want me to do another video, send in questions, please, for the love of God. I want questions. Okay, anyway, and if you think I should do vlogs, let me know, because I will. Though I'll have to shower every day then. Oh, anyway, okay. I don't really mind. I'll shower for you guys. And what I should talk about. Send me questions, advice, anything. I'll try my best to answer. I'm not the best person at giving advice, but I'd be willing to try for you guys because I love you all. Seriously, I love you. Okay? And I guess that's it. So bye.